I'm going to talk to you about what I think is the most important topic I've ever spoken about. And I've got a lot of pieces of it to share. And I'll tell you that the topic I'm speaking on is leadership. And leadership, anybody who's involved in leadership roles will tell you, it's something, leaders are developed. They're not born. And if you are a leader, you're in a position of leadership, it's something you have to continually work on. You have to work on yourself all the time, because that's the foundation of leadership, is your personal development. So we're going to talk quite a bit about that. First off here, who has other people working for them today? Raise your hand. Okay, everybody in the room. Who struggles at times with issues with management of any or one or multiple of those people? Raise your hand. Okay. So, I'm going to talk about this a few times, but there's a big difference between leadership and management. And Stephen came up yesterday. We had a consulting day with some of our Black Card members, and they were asking questions about management. And whenever someone talks about struggles with management, the first thing I do is go right to talk about leadership. Because the systems, the processes, the execution, supervision, that stuff's really simple. And if you've got problems in getting that in place, the issues are not in there, they're in the leadership. And they're in the culture of your organization. And in the way you're developing those people. So we're going to talk about some keys for that, and what are the ways to continue to grow. And really, most of all, I want to encourage you guys to work on your leadership skill sets and work on developing yourselves. Because ultimately, that is the number one quality that will determine how far your message goes, how far you're able to make a difference in the world, and how many people you're able to impact. And the quality, really, of how much you're able to develop those you serve is going to be directly tied to your leadership. And without a consistent commitment to work on that, to take time to do that, it's a 24/7, 365 job, then you're not going to be able to grow very far. And you're going to stay in that kind of low-level, quasi, I got a few people working, but they bother me every now and then, and we just kind of stay here. The skill sets will only get you so far. The management will only get you so far. It's the leadership that will take you to the far and beyond. Are you with me? Okay, great. Leadership is something, it's not taught in school, it's not taught in business. The number one organization that teaches leadership in the world is the military. And they have the most phenomenal record of producing and developing leaders of any organization of people worldwide for centuries now. And you think about the military's model. You're not recruiting the best people at incentive packages to come in. You're taking really anybody. Often people that maybe finished high school, maybe didn't, and got recruited, and in early years got drafted, and are coming in, and they have to grow and develop those people to leaders. Because when they're in the field, when you're on a deployment, and you've got a chain of command, and your commanding officer gets shot and killed, you can't stop and say, hold on, we're going to place an ad and do an interview. Okay, that's not possible. If you're going to get out today and live, you have to immediately have someone else who can step up, take command, lead the team, fulfill the mission, and get folks home safely. That's how you survive. And you have to do that at every level. Because you might get one guy got shot, the next minute the other guy gets blown up, and then another guy gets killed, and you have to have a deep field of leaders. And you have to be constantly developing this field of leaders for that organization to grow. And when you get to the high ranks, right, you don't go recruit from, well, let me see if I can headhunt somebody from the French military or Chinese army. No, the pool we got is the pool we got. And we're going to get it done and we're going to succeed. And we do that by having a constant attitude and focus on leadership training, leadership development, and personal development. And so that's where leadership is taught at its best, is the military model of leadership and developing leaders. And the best definition I've ever seen for leadership is right here. Leadership is influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation while operating to accomplish the mission and improving the organization. And that's defined in the U.S. Army Field Manual 22-100. I'll say that one more time, 'cause it's important. You got to write that down. If you haven't taken out a pen and paper, do it. Leadership is influencing people by providing purpose, direction, and motivation while operating to accomplish the mission and improving the organization. So a lot of big words in there. Influencing, purpose, direction, motivation, operating, and improving. Those are the key terms. So let's talk about those and what they mean. Number one, influencing. I heard that one over here a couple times. Influencing is getting people to do what you want them to do and what they need to do to fulfill the mission of your organization. How do you get people to do what you want them to do? I can tell you, management only works for a little while. Then you better have some leadership. Next up is purpose. Give people a reason to do things. What is the reason why? You know, Dan has done a great job about talking about that for us, right? Purpose, make a difference. And we've also, Steve Wilkion's done a great job talking about our community with that. Dream lifestyle. What is it you really want to do? Are you comfortable to look at that, examine that, and then look at the changes you need to make those adjustments to get there? Direction. Direction is about communication. Communicating what must be done. And how do you do that? And how do you repeat that message? And how do you get that message ingrained so it's clear? Again, the guy next to you gets shot. There's not time to think about, oh, what am I supposed to do now? You have to move into immediate action. You only do that with consistent communication. Motivation. And motivation, and the type of motivation that lasts, is about helping people to get on their own initiative, helping them to find their motivation and how it aligns with your company, your culture, your organization, your plan, your vision. It's also what we do with our clients, right? What are the first couple questions of the first 3 questions of Auto Closer? Number 1. Tell me a little about yourself and your goals. What's number 2? Why are those goals important to you? And number 3, how committed are you on a scale of 1 to 10? Thank you. So, motivation comes from within other people. You have to help them find that motivation with them, and then you have to help them channel that. That's how we best help people. It's not about you. It's about them. What do we do next? We get things done. We operate. Operating is actions taken to influence others to accomplish their goals. Accomplish their goals. Again, not about your goals, it's about their goals. And helping them to do that through your program, through your company, through your culture, and really showing them you care. Showing them you care about them. And then lastly, leadership is about improving. Strive to improve everything entrusted to you. People, facilities, equipment, training, resources. When you leave it better than when you got there. Anything that's entrusted to you. That's your job as a leader.